Hello everyone and welcome to our second assembly all about our value of the month, which is honesty. Now, I don't know where you are watching this. I'm actually recording this not at school, I'm recording this at home. And we've spent about 15 or 20 minutes, I'm being honest with you, trying to get the setup right. We thought we'd just got it right, and then I've noticed that beside me here there are heavenly lights shining down on me. Actually, they're not. They're the spotlights in the ceiling in my dining room. So acknowledge the fact that they're there and then try and ignore them. And by next week, we'd have figured out how to do it properly. Anyway, let's be thinking more about our value of honesty for this month. Now, last week, I told you the story of the boy who cried wolf. You'll remember that he was up the hill looking after the sheep, and because he was so bored, he shouted, "Wolf, wolf!" And all the villagers came to see him, and there wasn't a wolf, and they got really, really fed up. Lo and behold, a week later, he did it again. Still there was no wolf. The villagers ran up to the hill, and they got even more fed up with him. And then finally, when a wolf did appear, he shouted, "Wolf, wolf!" and no one believed him, and hence the wolf ate the sheep. The fact that he was dishonest came back to haunt him and made him realise that he should have been honest in the first place. The fact was, no one trusted him because he'd been so dishonest. Now, there are lots and lots of definitions of honesty that you can look at. The three that I like are being truthful to others, being truthful to yourself, and doing what's right regardless of who's around. It's really easy to be honest when you're being closely watched by your teachers or by your parents. But the very, very honest people are honest when there's no one watching, when there's no one seeing what they are doing or not doing. I wonder if that's you. Now this week, we're going to think a little bit about lying. Now, I'm sure that right from an early age, you've been told, do not lie. You mustn't lie. People don't like liars. And that's right. I wonder if you can think about a time when someone has lied to you. I bet it hasn't made you feel good. I bet it's probably made you feel sad or upset. And it certainly probably made you think that you couldn't trust that person again. Just like the boy who cried wolf, the villagers couldn't trust him again because he lied to them. And a lie actually is a really, really nasty thing if you think about it. The person who's telling a lie is knowingly saying something that's wrong to deceive someone or to mislead them. No one likes to be misled, do they? But perhaps you've heard about the phrase white lies. A white lie, we're told, is something that maybe doesn't matter too much. So, here's a question for you. Is it ever okay to lie? I'm going to give you 4 different situations for you to look at on the screen, and I want you to have a little think. Is it ever okay to lie? So the first dilemma, your best friend has bought a new top. She or he asks if you like it, and you actually don't. What do you say? Are you honest and say, well, actually I think you made the wrong choice. That doesn't bring out the colour of your eyes. That doesn't make you look good. I think it would look better on me even. Or do you tell that little white lie? Oh yeah, you look fantastic. You look amazing. The trouble is, if you do tell the truth and he or she doesn't look good in it, they're going to think that they look fantastic, go to maybe a party or to some friends, and other people might think the same as you. How about number 2? You forgot someone's birthday. Do you make up an excuse? Oh yes, I had the card and I had the present, but unfortunately it was packed away and hidden in a bag by my brother, and it took me a couple of days to find it? Or do you actually say, do you know what, I'm really sorry, I forgot your birthday, but do you know what, better late than never, that's what they say. What about number 3? You aren't going on holiday this year. Well, let's face it, none of us are going on holiday this year. But imagine it's a normal year. You're going on holiday. Do you make up a story to fit in with everyone else? Now, that doesn't have to be holiday. That could be anything. All of your friends are saying something. They've done something. They've got something. They've got the latest game. They've been to visit somewhere and you haven't. Do you say, no, I haven't got that? Actually, I haven't been there either. Or do you pretend you have? The trouble is, when you do pretend, maybe they ask you questions. Oh, what did you think? Oh, can I come round your house and play? And then you're going to get found out. So is pretending the same as a little white lie? And number 4, your friend steals a chocolate bar from a shop. Do you tell her parents? Now, I'm really hoping that with all of the values that we teach you, no one would do that. But imagine it was someone who didn't go to a values school that you were with and they stole a chocolate bar. It's the best thing to be honest and to say, or is it that you don't say anything? The trouble is, if you don't, then maybe that person carries on and steals something bigger and steals something even more important. These are tricky questions, aren't they? Is it ever okay to lie? I think the best way that we can make a judgment about this is to imagine if you were the person asking or doing, what would you want your friend to do or say to you? So put yourself in the other person's shoes. And I think probably in that situation you would realise actually it's not okay to lie. It's always best to tell the truth. Now, I know that many of you, over these past few weeks especially, have probably been spending your time on one of these, or on your laptop, or on your tablet, looking at social media. But does social media always tell you the truth? Can social media be relied upon for being honest? I'm afraid to say that the answer is no. The trouble is, though, that a lot of children and a lot of young people look on social media for a guide, a kind of sense of what do I need to do, what do I need to be like, what do I need to look like. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who take advantage of that and pretend to be something that they're not, or pretend to look like something that they don't quite look like. Again, is that a white lie? Is that okay? Or is that just not being honest? I'm going to show you 3 sets of pictures from social media to show you just what I mean. So, we have got 3 pictures here to show you. The first one is of Harry Styles. But actually, it's 2 pictures. The first one on the left is the true, honest picture. The second picture on the right is the one where there's been some photoshopping in, where he's been airbrushed, where maybe the things that aren't perfect are made perfect. So is that okay? Or is that dishonest? The second picture is of Emma Watson, who plays Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter films. Again, on the left is a true picture, and on the right is the Photoshop, Facebook, Instagram picture. And the third one is of Selena Gomez. Again, on the left is what she really looks like. On the right is what she wants you to think she looks like. Is that okay? Or is that being dishonest? Does that make you want to look and be like something that isn't truthfully you? Therein lies a problem with social media. As you can see, just as we hinted at last week, it's not always easy to be honest. People around us and organisations around us aren't always honest. So can we be expected to be? Well, yes, we can. In our school, in all values schools, we challenge you to be honest. And we come back to the same thing. You want people to be honest to you. And we always say that you treat other people as you would want to be treated. Honesty and trust go hand in hand. Honesty is something you are. Trust is something you have. Although they're different values, you really can't have one without the other. So, this week, you will be challenged on whether or not to be honest. I don't know when, I don't know where, but I'm pretty sure that you will. Trust yourself, be honest, and be the very, very best person that you can be. Be the best Broughton fielder, whether you're in school or whether you're at home. Be the best Broughton fielder, and people will respect you and like you more for being honest. So that's the end of our assembly. If you want to carry on watching, we've got our Honesty Values song, which you can sing along to should you wish. I will see you again very soon.